we now have from our sources what the award winner will be for Game of the Year. And it looks like our sources saying it is.
Hey guys, welcome back to Backseat Consumers. I'm your host Chris.
And I'm your host Gabe.
So today we're going to be talking about the Game Awards because as you know the Game Awards start December 7th.
It's a pretty awesome thing. We are going to talk about 10, right?
Yep.
10 that we think fit our personal interest in what games we've obviously played, because we can't play every game out there. As much as I wish I could have that superpower.
Especially when you don't have a PC. Rest in peace, my non-existent PC.
One day.
One day.
One day. Or day one.
Yeah, otherwise Baldur's Gate would definitely be a game I've played. Anyway, So should we get right into the first award?
Yes.
That we're going to talk about today?
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, first award is going to be for the best RPG.
And according to the Game Awards website, the best RPG is the game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massive multiplayer experiences. Massively.
Sounded divine.
That sounded divine. Yes. So,
first game on the roster is going to be Baldur's Gate 3. Surprise, surprise.
Yep. And the second nominee is a game that I liked up until the ending. Final Fantasy 16.
Nice. For the third, we will have Lies of P.
And the fourth nominee is a game I've never played and I didn't even know existed, Sea of Stars.
And for the last one, it's going to be Starfield.
So, Gabe, which nominee do you think should win?
So this is going to be a very big surprise. You probably not understand this. I think out of all those games, giving respect to every single one, Baldur's Gate should win. And I think it will win.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I can't sit here and defend any of those games. Baldur's Gate is Baldur's Gate. Like, I haven't played it, so I shouldn't pick it because it ain't fair. But wink, wink, I would pick it.
That didn't happen. You're right, it didn't. You just winked. No, it didn't. You just did it again! Look!
But since it's not a game I personally played, I'm not going to pick it. Of all these games, to be honest, I haven't really played Lies of P or Sea of Stars either, as I said earlier. So I definitely think I'll have to go with Final Fantasy 16 as much as I loathe to pick that one. It's the only one I've played.
I honestly think each one has their own right. I just think that, in my opinion, Baldur's Gate is just it's a really good RPG compared to the others. But that's my personal opinion, you know.
Yeah.
So on to the next.
On to the next category, which is the best action and adventure game.
For the action and adventure game, it's supposed to be, well, obviously, action adventure.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
A good mix of combat and puzzle solving.
And world traversal.
Ooh, good one.
So this is another category where some of these games I actually have played. So
Yeah!
All right. So the first nominee is Alan Wake 2.
I want to play it. The second nominee, we have Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Ooh, a very Insomniac Games, a great sequel to both Miles Morales and Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And the third nominee is Resident Evil 4, a previous video of ours. So
yeah, the remake. For the fourth nominee, we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
And one of my favorite games this year is the fifth nominee, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom.
Interesting.
I thought I said Zelda for a second. Zelda. That's I remember as a kid I used to think that was Link. Anyway, so my pick for which one's the best action adventure game is definitely Tears of the Kingdom. I just really love the puzzles in that game. Sometimes they're so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, what the heck am I supposed to do? How the hell do I solve this?
Yes.
But it's rewarding once you do. It's rewarding using all the things, or building the flying bike that you could literally just use to travel across the whole map. It's just fun, you know.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I think that the winner should be Tears of the Kingdom. I also think it will.
Yeah.
It's just when you say combat and puzzle solving out of all those games, as much as each of those games do embody those pretty well,
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, just you've seen the videos online and all the weird art things that people have done of like, you know, the rock music of the Apache helicopter of going through. Yeah. It's there for a reason, and I think it definitely deserves that title on that roster. So,
but I also think what could come in second place or potentially steal it would be Resident Evil 4, because that is still a very cult classic game, and anytime that's on there, people are going to be trying to give it an award.
They did an excellent job.
Zelda will have a run for its money.
That's true.
But I obviously haven't played Alan Wake or seen gameplay, so if it's better than those two, sorry.
I've played Alan Wake and Control, but I haven't played the second one yet, so I can't say much on it. All right. So the next one we're going to be doing is we're going to take a step back from the adventure. It's going to be Best Action Game. And for that one...
it is a game primarily just focused on combat. You know, action. Well, that's fighting, but you know what I mean. Action.
Explosions.
Oh my god!
Hold on!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
And then like an 80s like action hero walking away from the explosion, looking away.
Look at explosions.
All right, so you're up.
So the first nominee that we have is actually Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon.
Never played it. So, oops.
And that I do not forgive.
But I do play a lot of action games, so and then the second nominee is Dead Island 2. I have seen gameplay on it, not a huge fan.
Third nominee, we have Ghost Runner 2. A lot of twos.
A lot of twos. It's a Tuesday. No, actually, it is.
It is.
No, today's Wednesday.
I was about to be mind blown.
No. But no. The fourth nominee is a game I always want to play ever since I saw it, but just never got around to, is Hi-Fi Rush.
It's a big surprise game. Very good game.
It's very stylish too.
Yeah.
I like it.
And for the fifth nominee, we have Remnant 2.
Never heard of it.
I've played the first one, and I thought it was excellent. You actually would really like it.
Really?
I never played the second one, though, and I've heard good things.
Okay.
So...
Okay. You could...
Yes.
So, is there a difference here? Do you think there's someone that you want to win or someone you think will? Or is it the same? And you're right.
The thing is, I think my want with this one is more focused on what deserves to win, because out of all these titles, I again, respectfully, out of all the titles I've played, I think they are great. I just think from what I've seen, because I actually never played it, my friend I've seen play it, I've seen videos on YouTube and everything. The Armored Core game, Armored Core 6, just thinking about combat, like mechs kind of embody that pretty well. You know, all the different upgrades, all the crazy fights, and it's very Elden Ring style combat. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, and in mechs. So I think it deserves it. I also think, I don't think you'll win it because of the popularity.
Come on. All I need is a chance.
But I think it does deserve it. So
yeah, I personally think that sounds cool. Never seen it, so can't vote.
But why?
One that I have seen gameplay on is Hi-Fi Rush and Dead Island 2. And of both of those, I think Hi-Fi Rush were all good. Dead Island 2 is a little more name association, so more people might vote for it than Hi-Fi Rush. But I would pick Hi-Fi Rush of all these games. Sorry, Ghost Runner 2, Remnant 2. I don't know anything about you. Sorry, buds. Can't vote for you.
I definitely think we should play Remnant 2 at some point.
We can.
I think it'd be fun.
Maybe for you guys.
You might enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. I just want to play it at some point. Well, let's go on to the next award.
So the next award, if I remember correctly, is going to be Most Anticipated Game. Bum, bum, bum.
So this award is going to be recognized for basically an announced game that's coming out very soon that, you know, as you guessed it, is very anticipated, has a lot of potential.
Whee!
So,
yeah. And the first nominee for it is a game I am personally anticipating, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I just bumped into this wall here, man.
Ow!
it just couldn't withstand the Final Fantasy energy.
The energy
pouring from your body.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII just pushed me back seeing it that it was nominated.
So for the second nominee, it's going to be Hades 2, which I think is another says a lot anticipation game.
Yep. And the third nominee is one of his personally most excited games, Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth.
Just I got a little bit. The next nominee after is going to be Star Wars Outlaws.
And yeah, that game I'm not looking forward to. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I just hate how there's no character customization, man. Like, you can't create your own character in Star Wars universe.
It's kind of unfortunate.
That's like, sorry.
Such a big universe.
Like Jedi Survivor could get away with it because it's a more story driven game. This is a wide open world. Hell no. Anyway, that leads to the fifth nominee, Tekken 8. I remember we used to play Tekken 5 together on PS3.
I have a lot of Tekken games. I actually
do
have
have a lot.
so many. What, like, at least like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. So obviously we're a little more experienced when it comes to that franchise.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta think which one I want to win, which one I think is going to
It's
win.
a tough decision. This one
It
is
is.
a very
This
tough
one I
decision.
could see potentially 3 or 4 winners. I guess I'll go in reverse order. I don't think Like a Dragon's gonna win. I just think it's not as recognizable as the other ones. Then I think Tekken 8. It's a fighting game. It's less likely going to win than RPGs. So that would be number 4. Now, this is where it gets difficult. Because my personal bias wants Star Wars Outlaws to not even touch and grace this scene. But it is. So I think that will probably come in second place. But third place, I think, is going to be Hades 2. I think in first place it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because it's reaching a lot of the fan base's favorite part of the game, on top of just being a very beautiful game, the first one, and reaching one of the best Final Fantasy games to a lot of people, if not the best game, is reaching to a lot of newcomers to the franchise.
Interesting.
So I think it's going to be a hotly anticipated game, and when it does come out, it's definitely going to be in the Game of the Year list next year, which we'll see you guys that year. But
I think so yeah, it's a very tough decision. There's ones I would want to win more than others, and there's ones I think that just have the better chance. So like, yeah, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, and Tekken 8 are games that I would like to see get this reward, because one, obviously, if I have a bunch of Tekken games, then I love Tekken, you know. Yakuza, I played Yakuza Like a Dragon, the first one, and that made it, when we did the RPG video way back, that made it immediately to the second. That was our first video.
Yep.
And there's a reason why I really like the series.
way back early October.
I don't know Star Wars Outlaws. It's not really there. Hades 2, the first one, did really well. And Final Fantasy makes sense. So I wish Yakuza would win. I think Hades 2 is going to win, personally.
You think Hades 2 is going to win?
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does, to be honest.
It just had such a good, like, presence when it came out.
It-
But
yeah, I remember everyone was talking about Hades when it came out. I just think compared to Final Fantasy 7, 8 doing it, and Star Wars is such a recognizable name that that could potentially win too. So that's why I think Hades might.
I hope it doesn't start it out. I mean, to be
I
fair,
hope Star Wars
I don't know.
Outlaws doesn't. I
I
hope.
haven't seen much about
To
it.
be honest, it could actually be a really great game. I just hate how it's advertised as like open world Star Wars game. That I wish I was able to make my own character to look the most either coolest or fuggliest person possible, and just throw them in the Star Wars universe. But can't do that because they have a predetermined character for you. So,
It's very unfortunate.
Anyway, next award.
So the next award that we're going to be doing is the best audio design.
And so obviously that doesn't mean score. That's a different award. But this is recognizing the best in-game audio and sound. So that would be like little creeping noises or pitter patters, whatever it is, like surround sound in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get right into the nominees then.
So the first nominee we have for this one is Alan Wake 2. I wish I really have to play that game at some point.
Yeah, it's winning a lot of awards, and I just never played it, so I can't comment on that. But hopefully it does well. If it's this popular, that means it's obviously good. And the second nominee is Dead Space Remake.
I have to play it.
Obviously we talked about Dead Space in the horror games. You've seen that video.
Amazing game.
And it is an amazing game, and it does have really good sound quality, like the little pitter patters, like the little creeping, the vents, and just your solitude. So that's definitely a good one.
For the third nominee, we have Hi-Fi Rush, which I mean,
another returner.
Yeah, it's definitely doing pretty good for a surprise game that Bethesda did. So,
which leads to the fourth game, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, the fourth nominee. And okay, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played it because I'm trying to because I don't have a 5. If I did, I would 100% have played it because it does intrigue me. So I've been trying to stay away from spoilers of anything from that game, so I haven't really seen it.
Same.
Hey, I'm YouTube. Have you seen our Let's Play by our famous YouTubers on Marvel Spider-Man 2?
Get away from me!
Hey, I'm TikTok. Do you want to watch all our videos on Marvel Spider-Man 2?
Do your dances somewhere else.
Hey, on Instagram, do you want to see me and the boys play some Marvel Spider-Man 2? Of course, spoilers included. Not interested.
I've been avoiding it also.
Yeah.
And for the fifth nominee, another returning one, Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. So Resident Evil 4 is obviously a good game. So let's
This is a tough one. This is a very tough one because when it comes to it, all these games, except obviously I can't vouch for Alan Wake 2 or Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Hey guys, get the fuck out of the way! I can't see! There are cars there, motherfucker! Get out of the way! They're not before you do.
These are games eventually I'm going to play. But for Dead Space, from what I've seen of the remake, does a good job. Hi-Fi Rush, excellent job. And Resident Evil 4, an excellent job in terms of audio design. I think Hi-Fi Rush is going to win and deserves to win. Just because even though it's more soundtrack based, in terms of combat and design, having it play off of that rhythm just makes it a rhythm hack and slash, which kind of just takes the cake on what audio design is.
True. I do agree it is very high quality. I just think personally I think this category should go to a horror game as opposed to, because like obviously Hi-Fi Rush to me is more like a game for its soundtrack, not for audio design itself, because the design includes the whole atmosphere. Does it like immerse you completely? Do you feel like you could literally just, if you were in this scenario, hear all these sounds? And Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space, hands down, do that.
Yes.
I don't know about Marvel 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2 because obviously never played them. They could do the same. But Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, they're remakes, which is why I think they might not win it. But I think either of them should definitely be in the running for it. Because they are very immersive games, and you feel like you could be Leon in Resident Evil 4, you could be Isaac in Dead Space, stuck hearing this in just absolute silence. But if I had to pick which one I think will win, it's probably going to be Hi-Fi Rush. But if I had to pick which one I want to win, it would be Dead Space / Resident Evil 4. I can't decide between the two.
It's a very interesting choice. I mean, it makes sense too. Again, this is a very tough decision.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And then that leads into, we were talking about it briefly, the best score and music.
This one is obviously for, very outstanding soundtrack. Songs that are made, whether they're original or used from other artists, basically along those lines. So.
And this one, I can't even say there's a contest in this one. Once we get through the nominees, you'll see.
Yeah.
But the first nominee is Alan Wake 2. This guy's been up here this Alan Wake character really needs to learn not to be up there.
No, I don't think I will.
I have to play this game.
Him and Baldur's Gate have been in a lot of these awards.
Well, I mean, the first Alan Wake and Control just are really good games. So.
I've never played either.
Highly recommend.
I can't say.
You could play Alan Wake on my PS4.
I think I have it on my PS4 too.
I think we have it on 360. No, we don't. We don't have it on 360.
No.
I borrowed that from Corey a long time ago. For the second nominee, we have Baldur's Gate 3, another very popular returner.
Yep. And then the third nominee is Final Fantasy 16.
Another returner.
Another returner. Yep. Dude's been up here a lot.
Mm-hmm. Which
then leads to the fourth nominee, Gabe.
Which is going to be Hi-Fi Rush. It's pretty
like I said, I plead the fifth, but clearly there's going to be a kind of landslide here.
Yeah.
And then fifth nominee is going to be Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which actually does have a decent soundtrack.
Yeah. I think, in actuality, all these nominees have excellent soundtracks.
Obviously, they made it here.
Yeah, they made it to
the award.
List.
You have to have a decent soundtrack.
There are times there'll be one game that slips in and you're like, how did that make it? But I think each of these games actually really do deserve. I mean, they're all known for very good composers and how it's done. I just think for a game that is built on music, Hi-Fi Rush is going to win just for the soundtrack.
Chai, is it?
Yep.
Profession, rock star?
Future rock star.
Yeah.
You have great artists on there like the Black Keys, and then they have their own versions of music that you could turn off on streamer mode. So I think it deserves it. I think it's going to win it. Not that the other games are bad, but I think Hi-Fi Rush just takes the cake on it.
I agree. Hi-Fi Rush is going to win. There's no contest, like I said. Hi-Fi Rush is going to win because it's literally just music. But if I had to pick a second place, it would probably be Tears of the Kingdom because it does have a good soundtrack and it's very emotional at times. So
yeah, I know Square Enix does a really good job too, so it makes sense why Final Fantasy would also be really close.
Yeah, that also had a really good one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I just think Final Fantasy it's stuck in a year with a lot of good games, so it's kind of getting the short end of the stick there.
Man. Well,
the next award we're doing is Best Art Direction.
Yes, Mr. Graphic Designer.
This is something I definitely truly love.
Yes, this is definitely picked for you. But for the outstanding creative, or the definition, for outstanding creative and technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
Artistic design.
Yeah, I just picture like a French painter like just painting the award and then handing it to the person.
Yeah, it's just paint. It's just a bucket of paint.
They're like, here's your award. Thank you for nominating me for this award. Best art direction, I can't be even happier. But I want to thank family, friends, the director of the game himself. So let's get started. Where's my award? let's get right into the awards, shall we?
Yeah. So the first
Or
nominee, I started this one?
Yes, you did.
Okay. First nominee
There's
is
a structure,
going to
Gabe.
be...
There's a structure.
Structure!
Future.
The first nominee is going to be Alan Wake 2.
This dude's literally in
Dude's
every category.
Literally almost in
and
every
he's always the
category.
first one. He's either
Always
the
the
first
first.
or second one. He's literally sitting there like this. What? The second nominee is Hi-Fi Rush.
Mm.
Good game. Clearly, that's also another frequent award guy.
I think we got, third nominee now? Lies of P. Another very sleeper hidden game.
Yeah,
too.
it is a hidden game. I won't. Bleh.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
But anyway, when I first saw gameplay of this, the art style and all that, it's like a Souls type game, a Dark Souls Elden Ring type game, but it just looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
The art style looks almost realistic, and the fact the main character is Pinocchio, it's really cool.
Yeah. You're...
Oh, now I'm up, right?
Yeah,
Yes, because I did 2, so now I do 4. The fourth nominee is Super Mario Wonder, a game that I don't know how it's up here because it looks just like every other Mario game to me.
What did you say to me?
And the last nominee, we got Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
So, let's get into which one you think is going to win. I already know.
So,
But
I have not played Lies of P. I do know what it looks like and how amazing it is. I have not played Alan Wake again, so I can't really play a vote on that one. I've played Hi-Fi Rush, I've played Mario's Wonder, and I've seen so many things about Tears of the Kingdom, even though I've never played it. I think...
You never played Tears of the Kingdom?
Never played
I thought
Tears
you
of the
played
Kingdom.
Anna.
I've only watched her play it. I haven't played Breath of the Wild either. I don't know. Great games. It just haven't interested me as much.
How dare you?
I think what I want to win and what I think will win are actually both the same. I think it's going to be Mario Bros. Wonder. Only because Tears of the Kingdom, as much as it does have art design, it is an upgraded, very upgraded version of Breath of the Wild. Not to say that's bad. I don't think it has its own unique art style as much in its way. Hi-Fi Rush is very stylized, very cool with the art. I just don't think it beats Mario Bros. Wonder, because as much as like you were saying, you think it's a very similar like Mario game. I think the what is it, the plant that you get that actually changes the level and all that in each individual level, I think it's very stylized. I think it's a very good direction for art in like the gaming industry to be very innovative on that personally.
Okay, so now for this one, I don't think Mario should win. It's a normal fucking Mario game. Like, you cannot convince me of it. It's just normal Mario art. It's not like they completely changed it like they did with Paper Mario or something. Like, yes, the levels are different, but that's just called inventing new levels, dude. You're not changing the world completely. Like Lies of P or Hi-Fi Rush, you built a whole new IP from the ground up, and it's so stylized. It's so artistic. But do I think it's going to win? Potentially, but I think it's going to go to Mario just because the name. And it's stupid. It should not win. It's just no. It's how I felt about like Last of Us 2. That should not have won. Ghost of Tsushima. I just started saying that should have won that year, and I'm sticking to that. But anyway, Super Mario should not win this award.
I think it's going
Hands
to
down.
win. I think it deserves it personally.
It doesn't.
But
It's a normal Mario game. It's literally just a normal Mario game. Nothing unique and new about it. Yes, it's Mario Wonder, so there's little crazy little tweaks, but that's not crazy enough like a whole game being so stylized and unique. You know?
I think it's very unique.
I think
Personally.
Hi-Fi Rush should win this award. So the next category is Best Narrative, a category I like a lot for reasons.
Basically, when it comes to narrative, you're thinking this award will be for outstanding storytelling and narrative in general. So,
the first nominee, the man keeps coming up for more. Alan Wake 2. This man, I think, has been in every award. I'll actually put a counter like right here about how many of all the awards we talked about he's in. and there's still more to come. So.
Yeah, ones that we did not tackle too. I think what is it? Oh, well, I think I know the second nominee is going to be Baldur's Gate 3.
I almost said Baldur's. I almost thought. I think earlier I said Baldur's Gate 2 on accident.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll
Anyway,
fix that.
We'll fix it if anything.
Yeah.
But now the third nominee is Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, which is the DLC for it, or expansion. But,
the expansion, which did really well.
Yeah, and it improved upon a game which had an interesting concept, but just had poor execution.
Isn't it also built off of the anime that they did? I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I think it is based off the anime,
which is pretty interesting.
I never seen the anime, but I heard it's actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I never watched it though.
Yeah.
For the fourth nominee, we have Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, another game that's really up here a lot.
Very
and
often.
Followed by the fifth nominee, another game which has been up here a lot. A lot of good games this year. A lot of like repeaters too. Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Very. I just think that game's not going to win many rewards because it's not played by many people because it's so restricted.
On a PS5, yeah. That's the problem.
Then
again, it might just win just because of the name. And people voting
also
for it.
True. Marvel has such a heavy weight to it.
Yeah. And so now, who do I think is going to win? So if you ask me, Christian, this award, you're a media guy. You love writing stories. You love like listening to stories. You watching movies, whatever, playing games, and you're a big story typing game. Who do you think is going to win? So, back into it. Sorry, we just had to mute Discord because it kept going off in the background.
Yeah.
But I think Baldur's Gate will win. Because it's just it has. What other game has 15,000 different variations of endings? Not even Detroit Become Human, which is a story game, has that many variants. You know, so I think it should. But since I haven't, or it should and will, but I'm sticking to most of the games I have played or seen played. So that forces me to pick Final Fantasy 16 again. Yay. I hated the ending, so the story in me just garbage. But anyway, Baldur's Gate should win and probably will win.
Yeah. I think that Baldur's Gate should win and probably will win. Only because, again, I haven't played Alan Wake 2, but I still think even if I played Alan Wake 2, as amazing as it might be, that Baldur's Gate is just going to win because, like you were saying, it has so many variations. And the way I look at it, all these other games would be taking inspiration from other projects, while Baldur's Gate is D&D. And if any of you have ever played D&D, it's narrative, it's role playing. Like you're creating a
your own
narrative.
story.
So it may not be as open as D&D because it's a video game. It has restrictions that come with just what the developers can make. But it seems like Larian Studios did an excellent job removing as many restrictions as they can for this game. So
and we'll get into more. We'll get into more when we talk about Game of the Year.
Yeah,
because it's up there for obvious reasons. But
I just think in terms of narrative, as much as these other games definitely did tackle it the best they can, or even, like Final Fantasy, definitely, like you said, the ending wasn't good, so it maybe might have missed that part. I just think you can't beat Baldur's Gate in terms of narrative.
Yeah, you can't.
It's a D&D game.
Think about it like this:
There's too
you're
many
writing
options.
and reading your book at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
it's just got more.
Yeah, that it does. So,
So for the next one, we have Best Game Direction, which in this case would be,
the award for outstanding creative vision, innovation, game direction, and design. I wonder who's going to get this for
breaking
innovation.
those boundaries. Yeah.
I wonder who's going to get this for innovation. It begins with the B. But let's go with the nominees.
So another returner, surprise, surprise, Alan Wake 2 has made it to this list. Just watching this makes me realize I have to play this game.
So nominee number 2 is Baldur's Gate.
Yep. For nominee number 3, we have Marvel Spider-Man 2.
Nominee number 4, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
And for number 5, we have Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay. So Gabe, what do you think should win this award, and who do you think will win this award?
I think that who should win and will be Baldur's Gate.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It's a very common theme with a lot of awards, but I think it's just in terms of direction. Like, all these games are very good in their own right. Like, Tears of the Kingdom did very well in terms of direction and how they went in terms of design. I just think Baldur's Gate, again, takes the cake. I just think that it does really well with where it's heading, and I think it puts that table, that pedestal of, like, this is what games should be from now on, not what a lot of releases have been. So
yeah, but obviously there are some reasons why some games aren't like that. Yes, laziness is a factor, but I also think part of it is just corporations want,
Money, I got money, I got.
Anyway, I think Baldur's Gate will win. It should win. However, there's reasons why I think the others weren't right. Alan Wake, I haven't played or seen gameplay, so I can't comment about whether it should or not. Spider-Man 2, it's a sequel. It's not as innovative as the first one was. The first one completely, like, the web swing and all that, that was an innovative game. Mario Wonder is just not a normal Mario game. That's not winning shit. Tears of the Kingdom, once again, it's a sequel which has minor changes, but it's not as completely innovative for gaming and a franchise as whole as Breath of the Wild was. So Breath of the Wild, if it was here, would have won, But Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel. But if I'm breaking my own rules, I'm picking Baldur's Gate. Sorry, I have to. I just can't see any of these others competing.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just. Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry! Righto, what's going on here? Oh,
Sir, I'm arrested. Oh! Arrest! Oh!
Now we should get to the huge award. This is the one that everyone has been waiting for. Game of the Year.
It's a very interesting one. Game of the Year, basically, when it comes down to it, it basically takes all the awards, puts it into one category, and says, hey, this game deserves it for everything this year. So
it was the best through the entire year.
Yeah. And, some of these came later in the year, some of these came early in the year.
Yeah, so you'll start with the first nominee.
The first nominee, again, Alan Wake 2. I'm telling you, I have to pick this game. As soon as I beat Control, I have to play
this dude is literally just sitting here like, I will win a award. This is the Leonardo DiCaprio of the Game Awards. He might not even win something, which might suck for him. Imagine being nominated for like over 12 awards and you don't win a single one. In the same year. It's not like it's 12 over 12 years. It's over 1 year.
It definitely sounds like it deserves something.
Yeah. So number 2, the second nominee is Baldur's Gate 3. Obviously, he was going to be up here. There was no way this man's not going to be up here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nominee 3, we got Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Yep. And I'm surprised this is actually up here. Well, not surprised, but surprised. Resident Evil 4 Remake.
That's a very good
is nominee number 4.
Coincidence? I think not.
So this guy's running in 4th. He probably will end up in 4th place, but
it looks like it. I'm glad it's up there. Nominee number 5, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
I don't know how that's up there. I think it's just the name recognition, to be honest.
So?
It's just name recognition. It's one of the reasons why Breath of the Wild beat Persona 5 that year because of name recognition.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 6 nominee is speaking of Breath of the Wild, its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
We should probably go live where we have an announcement to make about who is going to win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it.
Thank you, Gabe and Chris from Backseat Consumers, for all that valuable information. We now have from our sources what the award winner will be for Game of the Year. And it looks like our source is saying it is Baldur's Gate 3.
He lied. He's a lie. And get off the stage, ugly ass man. It is not Baldur's Gate 3. It is Marvel Spider-Man 2.
You need to leave!
That is Marvel Spider-Man 2, not Baldur's Gate 3. You work for the company, you slime. So, now that we're back, sorry about the disturbance, but who do you think should have won between those two games?
Baldur's Gate.
Really? Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate.
I think Baldur's Gate I did not beat it personally because it is a long game, and I have so many other games on my roster. I know one day I will sit down and play the 200 hours to beat the game.
Maybe once I get my PC, we could play it together.
Yeah, I want to play with my friends. I want to get Anna to play it too with me. I want to get a group of people to do it. I think
that'd be really fun.
It's just the game itself, I think, is gonna win because it's just too big of a game. And then you were saying earlier to save the story for this. Larian Studios put out this massive game, and a lot of companies after were upset because the game was just too good.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
And it sets a high standard for what they have to produce. And that, I think there was a lot of controversy about that on the internet, because when you put a game out, that should be innovation. That should be like inspiration to be like, hey, we should make a game that good. You know, not be lazy and bring out a buggy game, or, you know, bring out a game that doesn't have that much content because we're trying to release it yearly. You know, make a game that people will sit there and be like, this is going to occupy my time for a while because I truly think it's enjoyable. Not because I have to complete things to attain a goal, but because I actually sit there and want to play this game because it's good.
It's quality over quantity every single time.
Exactly.
That being said, there's a few reasons why I think Spider-Man will probably win it. And it's just because of, one, it's Spider-Man. Two, it's Marvel. Name recognition is key in these awards. They'll always win out over the obscure names or obscure titles. Baldur's Gate is obviously well known. It had that controversy, all that. But the problem is it's also limited to just PC gamers.
That is also valid. But the same can
and
be
a lot
said
of
with
games.
Spider-Man.
Yes, but remember, Spider-Man already has that name recognition, so there's a lot of people that don't have it are watching Let's Plays on it, or are going out and buying PS5s.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I think it probably will win.
Yes.
I think it's just because of that, the name recognition, all that, and plus, apparently has an amazing story, amazing villains, all that. That's what my friend who beat it said. He said I couldn't put down the controller.
Yeah.
So,
it makes
sense. I just think that's why it's gonna win. But if I personally, someone came up to me, you have to decide, I would pick Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Just because I love stories, there's like good romances and everything. Like, it truly feels like the world's your oyster.
And in terms of world building, RPGs in general tend to tackle that the most. So to have a D&D RPG that does that, I think does it. I mean, again, like all these games, really good. Like Spider-Man 2, it's going to be a good game, obviously. There's just, to me, that limitation of not being able to play it because you have to buy it in a console for it. I mean, the same can be said about PC with Baldur's Gate. I think, though, if you were to put down how much content comes between both games and the one that's more innovative, I think Baldur's Gate just takes the cake still.
Yeah.
Again, you know, if I could choose, I wish Resident Evil would be up there as the number one winner. I love that game.
So I think in fifth, in sixth place of all of these, what I think is going to be in sixth place is going to be Mario Wonder. It's going to be in sixth. In fifth place, it's probably going to be Resident Evil. Fourth place is going to be probably Zelda. or maybe even it might actually be in third. I feel like Baldur's Gate might slide just because of the name recognition thing.
Yeah.
But it should be in first. So that would mean I think Baldur's Gate would be in at 4. Zelda would probably be in at 3. Alan Wake, I just feel like it's not going to be denied. This man will not be denied. Will probably be in. Wait, hold on. Yeah, because it goes Mario Wonder at 6, then Resident Evil, then Baldur's Gate, then Tears of the Kingdom, then Alan Wake. Meaning, I think Spider-Man's going to win. But that's how I think it's going to shake down these 6 games.
That's interesting. I could see Tears of the Kingdom getting up there because of the recognition that it has. I mean, it is a very good game. Again, if it's on this list in the first place,
it's obviously a good game.
It's a great game, and there's going to be a lot of people that play it. I just think that it can't beat Baldur's Gate. And I don't know if it can beat Spider-Man, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think it can.
I just think if it was Breath of the Wild, then this would hands down probably have the award. I think just because it's a sequel.
Yeah. Well, if it was released at that time.
Yeah, I'm saying like if Breath of the Wild was released this year, like this was Breath of the Wild's year, I think it would probably even beat out Baldur's Gate. Just because of name recognition on top of it being so innovative.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's like a reused map with extra additions. And it has all these.
But there's also the whole underground too that you can go to. And the Sky Island,
which is crazy. But I just think
because they added like 2 extra layers.
In terms of size,
size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you?
Compared to this other game, Baldur's Gate, I don't think it's going to win.
No.
And as much as I wish Resident Evil was number 1, I don't think it's gonna.
No.
I think it's gonna get it. I don't think it's gonna be last though.
No, I think it's gonna be Mario in last place
or Alan Wake again because I never played it, so I don't know the merit.
I just know Alan Wake. If he's up here for these many awards,
games, then he has to have merit.
I feel like he's gonna be in the top 3.
But I think it makes sense that all these games up here. I just think Baldur's Gate takes it.
Yeah. But we'll end up seeing that. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our little skit.
We'll see what rewards win on December 7th.
Yes.
And we would like to hear yours.
Yes. On the categories we didn't talk about, there's still so many categories.
Yes.
There's best performance, innovation, accessibility, games for impact, best ongoing, best community core, best independent game, best debut indie game, best mobile, best VR, best fighting, best family, best sim/strategy, best sports, racing, multiplayer, adaptation, content creator of the year, esports game, esports athlete, esports team, esports coach, and esports event. All those awards that we didn't talk about.
It's a lot of them. So
maybe,
if you want to.
So if you want, tell us about it. Educate us, because if we didn't pick these, there's obviously a reason.
And we'll look into it and maybe tell you what we think on like these specific ones. I know a few, and then you know a few that we didn't pick too.
Yeah.
So
we'd
love to see it and see what you guys think.
Please remember to like, subscribe. Thank you for watching these videos.
Make sure to share and hit that bell. Really do appreciate all the support.
Drums, not a bell. Yeah. Just put the bell right here.
Yeah.
Beating it up.
Slam the thing down.
But anyway,
appreciate it.
We appreciate it. I've been your host, Chris.
And I've been your host, Gabe.
Peace out.
Logging out.